Primetime UFL action takes us to Tinseltown, Los Angeles, California, for a battle of two Western Conference powers. It is the Salt Lake Hornets, Jay Carter and company, taking on Marco Swift and the LA Aztecs. Welcome in to Los Angeles. It's Chris Curtis alongside Eric Vincent, and Eric, battle of two teams with some interesting dynamics on each roster. Both teams, though, very good in this UFL landscape.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, Curtis. Both these teams geared up, ready to cruise into the playoffs, but there is some positioning battling that they're doing right now as we lead towards the end of the inaugural season of the UFL. Salt Lake sitting up top of the Canyon division at 9-1. LA in a tie, but behind San Diego in the Pacific division. So both these teams looking to remain secure in their own divisions before the playoffs come calling.
Salt Lake is going to get the ball first to start things off on the road, as they'll take a touchback in the end zone to get us to the first play from scrimmage. The Salt Lake offense, anemic at times, but does more good than bad. They will have two in the backfield on first down for Jay Carter. Hand off to Allure. You'll have a lane to the outside, a juke move to the left, and you'll have a first down, or at least very close, second and inches on the first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, and that was good start right there. Good blocking up front by the offensive line. You saw the fullback come in and clear out that inside lane. Allure bounced it out to the outside, got some extra yards.
Shotgun play, that's Allure again, and he's going to have a first down and a few more. 2 rushes and a first down for this Salt Lake offense. Alexander West, DJ Barker, Noah Neely, your wide receivers for Salt Lake. Adam West, the tight end. Mia Pangoria, Skippy Curtis on the offensive line. That is the offense for the Hornets. In the gun, Allure is taken down in the backfield. 3 straight rushes. This one goes for a loss of 4.
Yeah, and that time they sent the safety blitz. Rain Rie coming in there for the Aztecs and getting the TFL. No one accounts for him. Allure goes down in a heap.
Michaela Foraker, the defensive tackle, is the only player, reserve player on that defensive line. CJ Parrish, Scotty Scruggs, the linebackers, Marion Turner, one of the cornerbacks, and then Miguel Morales Woods and Rain Rie, your safeties, free safety, strong safety, respectively. 2nd and 14 for Salt Lake. Another handoff. Jay Carter has yet to throw the football, but he'll be in a position where he has to here as we take a look at that Salt Lake offense. We talked about him a little bit. Jay Carter and Chris Allure, your main tandem.
Yeah, absolutely. And Allure's going to be the guy to look out for. He's coming into this game with 984 yards on the ground, so he is primed to break 1,000 yards with plenty of season left to go. He is going to be the main focal point in this offense.
3rd and long. This will likely be the first Carter throw of this drive. Looks to get rid of it. Southpaw throws left, got a catch, first down and more. The 50-yard line down to the 42-yard line, and that is a real nice first down for these Hornets as they find the tight end, Adam West.
Yeah, and Adam West is another focal point of this offense. Plenty of weapons here for the Hornets. Coming into this game, 450 yards through the air, and it's exactly plays like that where he's able to just get free at the line of scrimmage and find himself in open space.
1st and 10 for Salt Lake, single back formation, tight end off to the right. It is a nickel look on defense for LA. That's through the middle. Allure with a juke to the left and another great run. That rushing game seems to be really good right now for Salt Lake in a game where we expected there to be some struggles in the ground game.
Yeah, definitely, because LA coming into this game looking really good on the ground, at least defending the rushing game. They're number 1 in the league. Obviously, Salt Lake sitting at number 2 in that defensive category. But yeah, we were thinking that it was going to be a hard time for either of these teams to run the football. Allure looking very, very good, and this offensive line looking very good for the Hornets so far.
3.6 yards per carry allowed by LA this season, tops in the UFL. And already Allure has gone over that mark 3 separate times. That's a quick throw and catch and a couple of yards forward. I believe they got 5 as we take a look at that defense for LA, anchored by defensive tackle Michaela Foraker.
Yeah, Foraker is who you're going to watch out for. She has got a ton of sacks this season. You certainly don't want to get in her way. She will eat you alive. She has got 17 sacks coming into this game.
Offensive line going to have their hands full with Foraker and the rest of that defensive line. It'll be a shotgun snap, 2nd and 7 after only getting 3 on that pass. The lure again, this time dropped near the line of scrimmage and actually only gains a yard. 3rd and 6 coming up, but it is manageable for Jay Carter and company.
Textbook tackle there by C.J. Parrish, filling the hole there from his middle linebacker spot. Only giving up maybe a half a yard, forcing the 3rd down.
3rd and 6. Carter backs up. Plenty of time, throws left, and it is incomplete. That flew through the window of a couple of different receivers, and it will be 4th down. They'll have to bring on their field goal kicker for Victor Ironleg, who's going to have to put one up from a decent yardage.
Yeah, I think Carter was maybe looking the way of Adam West, just maybe led him a bit too far on that one.
Yeah. Does happen on occasion. We'll see if Salt Lake can still tack 3 on to the board. This will be from the 25, so we're looking at a 42-yard attempt. Right hash for Iron Leg. Kick is on the way. It is up, and it is through from 42 yards, and the Hornets take an early 3-0 lead on the road.
Good productive drive early on for the Hornets, capped off by that long field goal for Iron Leg. Good start here on the road for Salt Lake, coming in with the better record. But as we mentioned, both of these teams got plenty of bark and plenty of bite on both sides of the football.
Should be a lot of fun. There's a lot of football left, obviously, in this football game. They're going to get you to take a look at that man, Marco Swift, and this LA offense here in just a moment. 7 and 30 seconds left in the first quarter in a 3-0 Salt Lake game. LA, in their wins, score a lot of points. In their losses, they don't score as many. They have 1 win on their schedule where they scored less than 20 points, and that was, I believe, against Phoenix. Other than that, it has been a high-scoring team when things are going well, and when they're not, well, their offense ain't doing a whole lot either. So they need something to click on offense as they bring their team out onto the field. What are you looking for this first drive for LA?
I mean, they've got a great running back in Isaiah Fowler. He's got a lot of speed to him. I expect them to start off with running the football.
They do not on this play, at least. Marco Swift's going to wing this deep down the left-hand side, and that is caught at about the 48-yard line. That is Turner with his first catch of the ball game.
23 yards right away.
That's Fancher.
And it's funny you mentioned that, Curtis, because there's been a little bit of bickering in the locker room, a little bit of infighting, so to speak, between these Aztec receivers. Iggy Turner wants to be the deep ball guy. He wants to be the guy that makes that highlight play. And a lot of them are going to Leneric Fancher. And we saw that right there with that 23-yard grab.
Leneric Fancher with a real nice play on first down. That'll be to the outside. This is a definite screenplay for Turner, and he's going to get them another first down. That's 2 plays, and they're already into plus territory for LA.
Yeah, great start. Obviously, we saw that similarly with Salt Lake, a great start for their first drive, but sticking to the ground game. Looks like LA wanting to go ahead and take it to the air. And, both big play threats getting involved early on. Iggy getting an opportunity to turn on the Jets with that screenplay.
And already some infighting in the chat between Iggy and Fancher. 1st and 10 for LA as they have it in plus territory. Nickel defense for Salt Lake. That'll be a throw on a crossing pattern and a real nice turn to the left as he's going to work it upfield. That is a nice ball to get it into the flat. 1st and 10 for LA.
Yeah, that was MMW right there. Miles Morales Woods. Good cut there. Almost a 6th sense, knowing that he needed to turn upfield.
In the gun is Swift. He's got it. Handoff. That is Fowler, who gets knocked down south of the 20-yard line. And that is going to let us look at this Aztec offense. We talked about the wide receivers, Iggy Turner, Miles Morales Woods, and Leneric Fancher all have catches on this first drive.
Yep, and Lars Bazar is the big tight end that will also get involved. 6'4", 239, big build for a tight end, but he runs routes like a receiver. Look out for him as well.
From the 20-yard line, 4-3 look on defense for Salt Lake. Swift throws, and that's knocked away. Great safety play to jump up and make that swat down. That is great work as we take a look at the Salt Lake defense.
Yeah, and up on the front of the line there, you got Joe Malone and James Neely. Both those ends are going to look to cause havoc in the backfield for both the quarterback and the running back for the Aztecs. And on the back end, we've got Jan Lopez sitting at free safety, rejoining the team after being released previously in the season. So good to see him back in the black and gold.
3rd and 9. Their infield goal range is LA. See if they can get the first down to the 17-yard line. That's a throw back in the end zone, and it is knocked away. Not going to happen as Marco Swift could not put it in the breadbasket. It'll be 4th down.
Jaquavius Locke with impressive one-on-one coverage there on Iggy Turner. It looked like Locke was actually in a better position to come away with the interception, and a late swat there from Iggy prevents the pick.
Yeah, and Iggy had to play defender on that particular play, and he did at the very last second. That will bring on the Aztec kicking game. It's Chris McCray, right hash, looking at a 37-yarder tie the game. Snap good, hold good, kick is up and on the way. It is up, and it is through. So McCray is true, as is Iron Leg, and we have a 3-3 ball game in the first.
And we kind of thought we were going to get this, Curtis. You know, both teams feeling each other out a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of anticipating what one team is going to do. Not a whole lot of big plays to start the game, but we did see 2 productive drives from both of these offenses to start the game, and that is something that we expected.
So, kick is going to be on the way here very shortly. 3-3 ball game in LA as we get things going for the 3rd possession of the ball game as Salt Lake gets it for the 2nd time. About halfway through this first quarter, Chris Curtis and Eric Vincent on the call in Los Angeles. And this ball is on the way. This is up and gone, about 10 yards deep in the end zone, and we have a touchback. For UFL schedule, standing stats, rankings, and more, visit the league website at UFL.football and claim your player today. You can help your favorite team succeed there too by just being a fan and declaring your fandom. UFL.football, the official home of everything UFL. Next possession for Salt Lake, I expect we'll probably see it in the hands of Jay Carter a little more, although Allure doing very well.
Yeah, Allure was very productive on the ground for their first possession here. But yeah, Jay Carter, not a whole lot of passing in that opening drive. Should expect a little bit more here, especially coming from the empty.
Yeah, exactly. First down, he's got a heavy set look in an empty backfield. Throws short, a little bit of a drag route, and well taken care of. Short, safe pass. It's going to find its way for 5 yards, and it's 2nd and 5. That's Dowdy on the catch.
Yeah, good catch there. Good job. Just making the quick decision, you know, not letting the defense get too far into your lap. Just take the 5 yards, move on.
Full house pistol, handoff Allure. He's going to have some room. Tries to juke to the left, but the safeties are all over it. Gets the 2nd level. Good run for Chris Allure again as they have it at the 42.
And I love that formation, Curtis, because it gives the defense so many different people to keep an eye on, so many different weapons, especially in the backfield, and they're all good blockers. And Allure just had plenty of space to run. Good burst of speed, find that 2nd gear, and off he goes.
And the gun now 2 off to the left. Nickel look on defense for LA. Handoff Allure. He's going to work to the left in the off tackle, and he'll stretch it out just a little bit past midfield, 2nd and inches. Good run game so far from Chris Allure. Salt Lake surprising everybody here with how efficient that is.
Yeah, absolutely. And it comes down to the offensive line. They've been playing extremely well, getting off their blocks, going to the 2nd level, clearing out some extra space. Both
inside and outside. That's going to be to the left. Screen play, broken tackle, but he gets taken down and loses 4 in the process. That'll create a 3rd and 5. Still manageable, but not exactly what they were looking for.
Yeah, Noah Neely, the receiver there, and that's really what Salt Lake doesn't want to do. They don't want to go ahead and create plays where there isn't blocking in front. You know, obviously you had Alexander West out there, did a good job with the blocking there, but too many different one-on-one opportunities, and LA has a bunch of sure tacklers on this defense.
3 wide. Looking to get something done, got to get it to the 48 in LA territory. Thrown, that is caught, and I believe he is short, 4th and inches. This is decision time here for Salt Lake. The aggressor in me says go for this. Scruggs with a great tackle.
Yeah, Scruggs knew exactly where Allure was going to sit on that route. He closed on him quickly, wrapped him up. And I'm with you, Curtis. The aggressor in me definitely wants to go for this, but we'll see how Salt Lake responds. They do not.
It'll be a punt. So a very strategic move, I'd say, from the Salt Lake coaching staff, as that will head out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Probably wanted something better off the leg of the punter there, as that was Houston Myers, who didn't quite get it the way he wanted. 1st and 10 for LA.
Yeah, only a 20-yard punt. I would definitely say that is not how the punter envisioned that would go.
Heavy set look on 1st down for LA. Their next possession starts with a run for Fowler, and he's going to get himself 9 yards, tumble over a defender, and actually has enough to make it 10 yards, but a 2nd and inches.
Actually, that was the secondary back there, Adam Noel. He checks in, the rookie out of Fresno State. Good first run here for him tonight.
Adam Noel, he is a good 2-punch to that 1 punch of Isaiah Fowler. Has been all season that he's been involved. This will be a handoff. Nope, play action. Chance for Swift over the middle of the field, and he had a couple of targets out there, but instead it hits the dirt. 3rd and inches coming up.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to hit the in route there, but he had MMW on, it looked like maybe the corner route on the back end there. Just didn't quite
see him. Post. Yeah, looked like a post coming from the right side. Either way, bunch left. Swift throws, it's caught. A lot of room to the 30, 25, 20, taken down at the 17-yard line. That is a big-time play for Lenrick Fancher, as it's 1st and 10 for LA in scoring position.
Cover your eyes, Iggy Turner. Don't look at the screen. It's another Lenrick Fancher. Big-time play. By the way, unclaimed wide receiver on this Aztec offense. You certainly want to go to UFL.football and scoop up this man right here, because he is a huge threat in this offense. We just saw it right there.
Yes, you too can be the ire of Iggy Turner and be Lenrick Fancher if you choose to. 1st and 10. I formation for LA. Handoff. Fowler, plenty of room, 1st down, juke left, gets down to about the 12 and gets taken down, or about the 7, sorry, gets taken down there. 1st and goal, and that was Noel one more time.
Yeah, and again, coming in there with a little bit of the heavier set. He likes to run the football, pound the football a little bit more, but still has those shifty moves. We saw it right there, able to get maybe another 1.5 yards, and a great 1st and goal opportunity for LA.
Yeah, big-time players make big-time plays, and certainly LA, both these teams really full of big-time players. I formation, 2 wide. You have Turner on the bottom of your screen. It is Fancher on the top of your screen. They'll move the tight end Lars Bizarre off to the right. Handoff, right side Fowler, jukes to the left, gets closer down to the 3-yard line. It's now a 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Bizarre did a good job there sealing the line of scrimmage on the edge. The receivers just didn't do a great job with blocking the corners, who were able to close in and make the stop.
From the 3, and at the end of the 1st quarter. 1 quarter in the books, LA knocking on the door. It's a 3-3 ball game. You're watching the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. Here we go. Start of the 2nd quarter. Chris Curtis, Eric Vincent with you. LA on the doorstep, trying to get the 1st touchdown of the ball game. Taken down in the backfield is Fowler, making a 3rd and goal for LA. Another great defensive play from Salt Lake.
I mean, the fact that Fowler didn't get 3-way pancaked in the backfield there is a miracle, but he's somehow able to get away from the first 2 defenders, but still takes the L on that run. Just busted blocking there up front for the LA offensive line.
Here comes 3rd down. Aztecs need one here. They do not want to go empty on this. Looking to throw it. Swift back in the end zone. That's not going to work. Well out of bounds. And it is incomplete. 4th and goal for the Aztecs. And another field goal that should have been a touchdown to try to take the lead.
Yeah, Margot just seems a little bit off. He's missing open receivers. He had the tight end, Bizarre, dragging across the back of the end zone, had a step on the defender there, just missed him. Instead, went for the low percentage throw to the back pylon.
Chris McCray from real close. That's only a 24-yard field goal, but it counts for 3 just the same, and that is good. 6-3 Los Angeles, as they have themselves a 3-point lead. But this is the 2nd drive in a row they've been in the red zone, Eric, and ended up with 3 instead of 7. Salt Lake playing very well when their back's against the wall.
And the 2nd time they targeted Iggy Turner when they were in the red zone as well. Went his way towards the end zone, came up empty both ways, but as you mentioned, Curtis, still have a slim 3-point lead here at home against these tough Salt Lake Hornets. But I don't think field goals are going to win a type of game like this.
No, it's going to be first one to score a touchdown may be the one that takes the cake here. See what happens to Salt Lake. It's their third possession of the day. This will be from the end zone, a touchback there. And that is where this next drive will start. So the 25-yard line where Jay Carter and company will line it up. As we took a look at that is one of the halfbacks, only one carry. Maybe they get the rushing game more involved, Allure, and then maybe the backup, including Hopkins.
Didn't really do so on that last possession. We'll see if they do it here.
This will be a play-action throw for the southpaw Carter, and he's taken down. Thought he was going to unleash that. He did not. Instead, it's the third tackle and first sack for DJ Kilgannon.
DJ Kilgannon, good job getting off the line. Really didn't engage with his blocker very, very long. And, man, Jay Carter had to get rid of that football. He's a southpaw. He saw him coming. He has to get rid of it. Instead, gets absolutely clotheslined.
Wow. Nasty hit that Jay Carter just took. He's up and at him, and Salt Lake's going to have to do some recovering here. Try to keep this drive on schedule. 2nd and a mile, as you can't even see the first down marker on screen. 19 yards away from it. Play action, try to make it, a rush, try to make it a little bit easier. Gets a couple of yards, maybe one. That's going to be a 3rd and very long as Allure gets taken down.
Good job by Parrish and Rie getting in there in the backfield, wrapping up for the TFL. By the way, 11th sack there for Kilgannon on the season.
In the gun. Salt Lake, not a lot of plays left in the bank for this kind of distance. This will be to the outside and nothing doing. LA snuffs out the drive, and they're going to force a punt from Salt Lake, and this will be a field position win so far for the Aztecs, as they are going to stop this drive dead in its tracks.
Yeah, absolutely no shot to recover from that huge loss that you took on the initial sack. And Salt Lake just looking to maybe get it back to the line of scrimmage, give it a little bit more room for their punter, and hope that the field position is not nearly as bad.
Salt Lake currently sitting on 1 loss, trying to avoid a second one, and this is going to be a really nice punt. Good Lord. They just, I thought they were going to win the field position battle there, but that ball all the way to the 30-yard line and returned to the 32 by Knoll. That is going to completely flip things and give them more or less normal field position.
Yeah, absolutely flips the field. And that was a great way to get LA back on their heels here. Decent starting field position, but certainly not from midfield.
Right, which is what I expected. That's going to be a tackle in the backfield, maybe a yard gain. They did, and it'll be 2nd and 9 coming up as the Aztecs try to run the ball.
LA's been a little suspect on the ground thus far. Definitely more success in the passing game.
And Salt Lake no slouch in the rushing defense himself. That's going to be a nice rush forward, and they'll get 6 yards there, make it a 3rd and 3 coming up.
Yeah, Salt Lake does a great job with defending the run. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, number 2 in the league, only allowing an average of about 86 yards per game.
3rd and very little, 3rd and 3. Marco Swift is in the gun. Move the wide receiver in a little bit. Throw coming, left side. Got the catch. No, incomplete. Incomplete, got it knocked out of the hands as Fowler couldn't hold on. 4th and 3 and an immediate 3 and out from LA.
Yeah, Latavian Glover had good pursuit on that back end, and it was actually his mitt that knocked the ball out of Fowler's hands there just as he's making the tackle. Great play there to preserve the 3rd down and force the punt.
There you go. So Fowler not able to complete the pass or complete the catch anyway, and that is going to give Salt Lake back this football. We're coming down to the last 8 minutes of this first half, and both teams have that's a block! It's blocked, and it is picked up by LA. You saw the slow developing punter as that one, he couldn't get the ball out of his hands, and LA is going to be suffering from that as the Salt Lake Hornets will have it at the 23.
The turntables, yeah. We're sitting here thinking that Salt Lake was going to struggle with the field position that LA was going to have following the punt, and now it's LA that is dealing with that same problem after Salt Lake blocking the punt. The Hornets set up in prime field position here.
Best field position of the day by far for Salt Lake. See if they can do something with it. Chris Allure has the football, and he gets taken down near the 24-yard line. It is 2nd and 11 as there's a 1-yard loss.
Hats off Jaron Lopez, by the way, with that block there in his first game back in a few weeks since rejoining the team. Great play there to set up the Hornets in this great field position. But LA doing a good job stifling this run game after they had a very successful rushing attack on that first
good
drive.
Adjustments from drive to drive for LA's defense. 2nd and 11. I formation again. Do they go back to the run game? Do they let Carter throw this? This will be a fullback run through the middle. They get that yard back and maybe one more. Make it 3rd and 9 coming up as they have a chance to at least tie the game. They have to be careful with the football here and can still extend the drive.
Yeah, Doty with that run there. Not a whole lot doing. 3rd and 9. Got to get the first down here to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, get it to the 13-yard line. Carter to throw. Southpaw loads it up. Time. He's going to move out of the pocket and run it. He's got plenty of room. 1st down and more. Going to try, and he fumbled the football on the 2-yard line. The Aztecs are going to pick it up, and they get the ball back at their own 2. What a mistake not to slide by Jay Carter.
Just seeing this game go flip-flop and flip-flop all over the place. Man, oh man. Marion Turner forcing the fumble on that tackle. You'll see him come into the picture right there. Big hit. And then the beneficiary is going to be his cornerback teammate, Marquez Williams, unclaimed quarterback number 2 for this Aztec defense. And man, LA responds in a big way on defense, not allowing a single point off of that block punt.
Wow, what a play. And then set the 2-yard line. This becomes, 3-yard line. This becomes a dangerous situation, though, for LA. Got to get it out of the end zone. They do. That's a great run from Fowler to nearly get a first down all the way to the 12-yard line, 2nd and inches.
Blocking we've seen thus far for the Aztecs up front, and it shows. Great hole there for Fowler to run through. Didn't have to make any crazy decisions, just right through the hole.
That'll be a play action. Swift over the middle. That's a catch and run. Chance for a juke left. Can't break the tackle at the 44. What a grab from Iggy Turner.
All right, Iggy, go ahead and turn your eyes back to the screen now. You're going to go ahead and watch a big play that you got right now, man. Look at this. I mean, just over the middle. That's what the play action will do for you, Curtis. It gives you so much to watch out for as a defender, especially when you have a running back like Fowler who has that extra gear. He could just turn it on at the blink of an eye. It allows big playmakers like Turner to work his way down the field.
Well, and Iggy Turner is not exactly small, 6'7", 229. He is a large man and a large target for Swift to look at over the middle of the field. Swift. Play action, pressure coming from blindside. Great block out there. And that is caught near the sideline by Turner again. What a play and what a sequence from the LA offense.
Yeah, you said it, Curtis. I mean, great job by Swift to go ahead and get that little chop block there on the backside. Had eyes in the back of his head. And then great throw there by Marco to go ahead and find Iggy along that far sideline.
That is great football there to protect your quarterback and let him wing it downfield. Single back look. That is Fowler. 1st and 10 into Salt Lake territory as LA may be cooking something up here. Play action, looking to throw this over the middle, caught on the out route, and that is a catch and more for Lenrick Fancher as he has it 1st and 10 for LA.
Hey, you give it to Iggy, you got to give it back to Fancher. $1.99 super chat from Elites cheering for Salt Lake. A couple extra mention points on the end of that.
I like it. I like it right now. Salt Lake is struggling on defense, trying to keep LA out of scoring position as Fancher and Turner turning up the heat on this receiving game. See what they can do.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Elite definitely wants to stop here for his Hornets defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at a zone defense. It'll be a handoff through the middle. Nothing doing. Salt Lake's rushing defense still is very, very potent. It is 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job locking up Fowler for the most part. I mean, there's really only been maybe 1 or 2 plays within this first half that Fowler has gotten himself loose.
That is a rush forward and a big-time hit in the backfield at the 31-yard line. Another big-time defensive play. It's 3rd and long.
And we've seen a lot more of that, Curtis. Terrence Holland, defensive tackle, just getting off his block and going right for the running back. Great job there by him. Look at that little swim move right to Fowler, TFL.
Big time TFL creates a big time situation for the Salt Lake defense. Here comes Marco Swift in a 3rd and long. Playmakers make plays. They got to find it to extend this drive. Got to get it to the 20.5-yard line for the first down. 3rd and long. Swift to throw. Backs up, looks, throws left towards the sideline. That's a catch. And all the way down to the 14-yard line. Aztecs move the football. Great looking throw and catch from LA.
Yeah, and Lars Bazar, that's what I was talking about here. He's got the skills of a wide receiver, but he is built like a linebacker. I mean, he's huge.
Yeah,
and he's able to just keep those toes in. Look at that, Curtis. Little toe drag swag.
Tree of a man. No doubt about that. He's a lot of tight end to aim for if you are Marco Swift. That's one of the advantages LA has, is just big, tall receivers. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line, 14-yard line. Option play. It'll be a handoff. That's Knoll with the handoff, and that is not going to go over. Actually, it's Tomey with the handoff. It'll be a 2nd and 11 on the 1-yard loss.
A little bit of eye candy. Didn't really go the way of the Aztecs on that one. Fake the toss to Fancher coming across on the jet sweep, and then goes to Tomey. But Salt Lake had that one sniffed out right away.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
2nd and 11. They can still get a first down at the 4. Swift has the football. Backs up, 7-step drop. Looks, throws, end zone touchdown. Got it. And the LA Aztecs have the first touchdown on the board. Here we go. The scoring has started.
Actually, a great throw there from Marco Swift. MMW comes back to the football, able to avoid the initial defenders that were both trailing. He was double covered in the end zone there, but that's actually a smart decision by Marco to go ahead and throw it short, allow MMW to come back to the football and get the score.
That's all about quarterback wide receiver chemistry at that point. Extra point going to go up for McCray to make it a 13-3 LA lead. Salt Lake not in the driver's seat in this game as of right now, with about 5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
And this has been everything we wanted and more so far.
Yeah.
I mean, LA certainly has the momentum right now, but I mean, both of these teams, we've seen them make plays. I mean, that was a huge drive. 9 plays, 97 yards after they forced that fumble and the Jay Carter scramble. That's what great teams do.
Yeah, absolutely. As the Aztecs are going to put this ball on the tee, get it up and gone. It is going to be Salt Lake football as they try to bring this back, get it back to a 1-possession ball game if at all possible. Kick is up and away, and this will be returnable from just outside the end zone. The 20-25, and that is where they will start this drive at the 25-yard line. Week 12 in the UFL continues Wednesday, headlined by the Milwaukee Stags and Wichita Flyers, both chasing division leaders in prime time at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. The night starts with action around the league, including Montana, Houston, Dallas, Tennessee, and Charlotte, Florida on game night. The UFL lives on VFN. Jay Carter in for his next possession, 1st and 10 for Salt Lake. Throw, and it's caught on a little bit of a drag pattern. I thought it was a little bit longer than that, but it was not. Great play designed to get the drag route open at 2nd and 3.
Yeah, a smart decision there by Carter to just get rid of the football. He knew the blitz was coming. He had to go ahead and just hit the quick fire play, which was the crossing route there. Good gain of 7 to start things off.
They've run it to a lure on this formation before. That's problems. Big time blindside sack on the boot. And that is going to make it a 3rd and very long. It's DJ Kilgannon's 2nd sack of the half.
2nd sack of the half, his 12th overall in this inaugural UFL season. And once again, you see him, I mean, before Carter is even done with the play action fake, Kilgannon's coming for him. He just gets off his block that quick.
Salt Lake's got to find something. They do not want to go 3 and out again and give LA back the football as we get to the 2-minute warning. Just 120 seconds left to halftime. It's 13-3 Aztecs in front of their home fans. Virtual Football Network with you. Chris Curtis alongside Eric Vinson as Week 12 action of the UFL heats up. Salt Lake trying to work a 3rd and 12 to get it to the 36-yard line. Carter throws right side. That one's caught. First down and more. Down to the 40 to the 41, and they'll give them the 40. It is a 1st and 10 as they have a catch and go for the Salt Lake Hornets.
Allure works his way free in that zone coverage there. Salt Lake going to go no huddle here in the 2-minute warning offense.
10-second runoff on the no huddle. It'll be a Carter throw. It'll hit the turf. Incomplete. Clock stops with a minute 35 to go in the second quarter.
Yep, and both teams, all 3 timeouts, plenty of opportunity to work the clock for Salt Lake here with possession of the football.
2nd and 10. 95 seconds to go in this first half. Carter with time, throws. That's a great looking throw. The in route was good all the way down to the 40-yard line. They'll give him the 41, but that is right on cue for Salt Lake, 1st and 10.
And I think the receivers for the Salt Lake are doing a much better job of getting free of their defenders on this drive.
Yeah, it seems to be the really big part of what they're trying to do. To the outside. That one's caught. Out of bounds it goes. Clock stops. Not much to that one. In fact, they'll lose a couple. 2nd and 13.
Yeah, and better job by Carter. That was disrupted by DJ Kilgannon. I mean, he saw him coming. He was about to get off his block. Carter did a good job with just checking it down.
Noah Neely with 1 catch on this drive. He had one 2 plays ago. In the gun, Carter throws, little floater to the outside, and that's a good one. Gets it down to the 35-yard line. They'll say the 34. And no spikes. Spikes not allowed in the UFL. So they have to work the ball downfield on every offensive play, and with a 10-second runoff on no huddle. 3rd and 3. Looking to throw it again. Carter caught. Got to turn it upfield. Got the first down, and they should probably call a timeout here. They won't just yet with 41 ticks to go.
No, they're content with going ahead and working the clock. The no huddle offense is working just fine, and they're going to go ahead and keep working the football down the field. Great throw to Adam West, who's working his way across there. Got loose off of the linebacker in coverage. And that's a good eye there by Carter.
It is. It is. Nice short throw. Doesn't need to do anything fancy there. Gets it to the 23-yard line. Still not quite in the red zone. 27-yard line, sorry. And here we go. In the gun. Nickel defense for LA. Carter backs it up. Time. Throws right side. And a hit. Finally, a called timeout by Salt Lake. And they will stop the clock with less than 30 to go.
Later than I would have spent the first time out on this drive, but I mean, when you're feeling it, Curtis. You know, you just got to keep on rolling with how the football game is coming to you, and I think that's what Salt Lake was doing on this drive. But either way, 20 seconds to work with. Still a good spot here from the 27.
Yeah, there's tons of potential to this drive right now. Carter throws left side. That one is caught down to the 12-yard line, falling out of bounds and stopping the clock is a great play. And that is going to be a wonderful play for Kent Wheeler, the number 6 receiver on the depth chart. And he's going to have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, and great job getting 2 feet and 2 cheeks in, to go ahead and quote our great UFL co-founder from game night earlier. We're going to get a booth review here, but I think we got a really good look at it there from Alexander West, who was able to keep possession of the football before going out of bounds.
Yeah, they think they're going to take a look at it. While we have a second, let's bring in Cameron Irvine. I want to have him talk about the no huddle coaching decisions coming from Salt Lake.
Hey guys, yeah, so what you're looking at there, why they didn't call that first time out a little earlier is because they were in scoring position. When you're in scoring position, you want the maximum amount of resets on the clock. So that's why you save those timeouts for a little bit later on in the clock. Now Salt Lake can run anything they want and have a timeout in their pocket here before the 5-second mark. So if they were outside of scoring range, you would have seen them take that timeout, but because they got into scoring range, they held on to it just for one more play.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. Salt Lake has a chance here. Throws. End zone. He's got it. That's a touchdown. Oh, what a throw. That was the tight end, Adam West, who brought it in. And it is a, well, one possession game one more time.
Yeah, and Adam West had a couple of plays like this on this drive where he just worked free on the linebacker. And I believe every time it was Scotty Scruggs just couldn't quite keep up with Adam West. And as a result, we see Salt Lake get their first touchdown on the board tonight.
Extra point coming very quickly. Kick is up and on the way from Victor Ironleg. Has it 13-10. Now LA, and it was a very good drive anchored by the no huddle coming from Salt Lake. Nothing the defense for LA could do to stop them. And we have ourselves a ball game at the end of this first half.
Adam West now the leading receiver in touchdowns for the Salt Lake Hornets with 6. That was his 6th on the season, and couldn't come at a more opportune time for them as Salt Lake narrows the gap, makes this a 3-point ball game. They're going to get the ball to start the second half, so I mean, it's going to be great.
Yeah, looks like the Aztecs are going to be in a bit of a hole here, the way this momentum is shaken out, but this game can switch very, very quickly as there's 7 seconds left in this second quarter. Ball's going to be up in the air very quickly here as the Hornets will give the ball back. 7 ticks to go. This will remove one of them. They'll try to remove it from the end zone. The return is down to the 27-yard line, but a face mask is going to bring this all the way down to the 42.
Just can't do that. Cannot do that. You give them an opportunity now to go ahead and give it the old heave-ho towards the end zone, an opportunity to get a touchdown.
That is not ideal for Salt Lake, as LA is going to have a chance to put a long touchdown on the board. It'll be a chance. It's not a high chance, but they're going to have an opportunity here to heave it. Swift time throws right side, nowhere near the end zone, and it will be complete, but that is going to do it for this first half of play. We've seen some fireworks. We've seen some slow pace. We've seen a little bit of everything in this first half. It's 13-10 Los Angeles who gets the ball back to start the second quarter. Eric, break it down for us.
Yeah, it's been a great first half from both of these teams. As you mentioned, Curtis, we saw a little bit of everything from both of these teams. We saw turnovers, we saw wild plays, we saw big plays. We've seen rushing attack, we've seen passing attack. Both of these teams are feeling each other out still. They're getting to that second phase where now they're starting to get down the field, put some points on the board, and find the end zone. That was a great job by Salt Lake to hit the end zone before the end of the half, because as you mentioned, the Aztecs are going to get the opening kickoff to start the second half.
Quarter 3 on the way. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Virtual Football Network. This presentation of the UFL is intended for the private use of our audience. Any accounts or descriptions of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited. With the Virtual Football Network, I'm Chris Curtis alongside Eric Vincent, ready for second half action as the Aztecs start with this football as will be touched back in the end zone and taken out to the 25-yard line. Eric, a lightning first half, the way this went and the speed of which is hopefully going to slow down a little bit so we can enjoy this game a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Only one penalty. We saw it there at the tail end of the first half. Yeah. Otherwise, both these teams running the football a lot, throwing the football a lot, keeping the clock moving.
And that is a big-time tackle on first down. A loss of a couple. 2nd and 12 as Fowler goes down in a heap.
Connor Murphy getting in there and making the TFL. Again, no one accounting for him as he comes off the line. He's almost tentative a little bit here as he comes across, thinking he's going to have an offensive lineman or a tight end kind of stick him a little bit. Now he went straight to Fowler. Great play to start things off for the Hornet defense. 2nd and long. Just starting out the third quarter of play. LA trying to respond to the end of the first half touchdown from Salt Lake. This will be a throw to the flats, and there's not a lot on the end of that throw and catch. Gets it back to a 3rd and 10 for the Aztecs. Good closing speed by Willis to go ahead and take Fowler head on. He gets the yardage back from the TFL, but nothing else.
3rd and long. Salt Lake needs a stop, trying to get off the field. Throw over the middle. It's caught. Can't turn the corner. And that is a drop at the 30-yard line. He's dropped at the 30, I should say. 4th and 4 in LA with an immediate punt coming out of the locker room.
Boy, Taquavius Locke is such a weapon on this defense. I mean, he can cover one-on-one, but look at that hit there on Lars Bazar. I mean, we've talked about how big Bazar is, and he comes in, big form tackle, very clean, forces the 3 and out.
He turns around and immediately sees Locke in his face. That's not going to work as 4th and 4 comes up, punt upcoming. as this is up and away all the way down to the 19-yard line. What a punt that was, as flipping the field seems to be academic for these punters, the way they're going about it. 1st and 10 for the Salt Lake Hornets on their first drive of the second half.
And we get a look at Carter's numbers. He's been very efficient, hasn't turned the football over, minus that fumble when they were about to hit the end zone, but otherwise very efficient evening passing the football.
You know he got an earful from that on that from the coaching staff. Throw right side, that's caught. 1st down and more, down to the 39-yard line. Great first play from scrimmage. Gets it downfield, 1st and 10.
DJ Barker, the receiving threat there, making that catch in the one-on-one coverage, and Salt Lake in and out of the huddle quickly. They kind of liked how that no-huddle offense was working, a little bit of a modified version of that here.
Throw right side, caught on the crossing pattern, and that is going to be 7 yards and no further than that, as they find Noah Neely on that catch, 2nd and 4.
And Carter's doing a good job with spreading the football around. He's finding all his weapons, including Allure, in the passing game. And I think that's why Salt Lake is starting to kind of come back a little bit in this game.
Let's throw right side again in the flat. 1st down and more. Found Chris Allure out there, and it's a 1st and 10. Great job by the offensive line. Skippy Curtis, Mia Pangori, able to keep their blocks in check and give Carter the time he needs.
Yeah, and Carter knows that Parrish has been having trouble matching up with even Adam West, the tight end. So he knows that he can go ahead and get it to the flat with Allure. He's going to find that extra gear and leave Parrish in the dust, and got the necessary yardage for the 1st down. Great play.
Here comes the Hornets. I formation, 4-3 look on defense at the Aztecs. In plus territory is Salt Lake. Handoff. Allure through the middle. Gets a few, not a lot, and makes it a 2nd and 6. 4 yards on that carry.
Averaging about 5 yards a carry, so good job running the football here for Allure. But a lot of that productivity came on that opening drive. LA's been doing a much better job as we get a flag.
Yeah, 2nd flag of the day. This one goes on Salt Lake, and that is a false start. So back him up 5 yards. 2nd and 11. Quick turnaround, fullback dive through the right side, and that is not going to go very far. Maybe gained a yard. They did. 3rd and 10. 3rd and long coming up here for Salt Lake. A chance for LA's defense to get off the field.
Yeah, unforced errors like that are going to bite you in the butt every time. We're seeing it right now.
Got to get it to the 30 for a 1st down. LA needs to stop. Trying to get off the field. Looking to throw. Carter got a catch down to the 19-yard line. And Salt Lake moving the football as they enter the red zone for the 2nd time today.
2nd catch for Barker on this drive. Big one there to convert the 3rd and long. Great pass by Carter. As we mentioned, been very efficient here this evening. And look at that. Just threw it right where his receiver could get to it. Right about waist high. Great way to convert the 3rd down.
5th season with the Salt Lake Hornets, 5th season in the UFL. Talking about DJ Barker, and he has a big-time catch here. Now they start from the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Carter. Quick throw on the screen. Can't turn the corner. Great defensive play by LA to bring him down at the 17. It's 2nd and 12.
Talked about it already, Curtis, but these screenplays are not what Salt Lake is going to want to do. They haven't really run a whole lot of them, which is good, but there's a lot of sure-handed tacklers on this defense for the Aztecs, specifically in the secondary.
You are exactly right, and then a good example of it right there. Salt Lake putting their backs up against the wall here if they continue to try to do that in this situation. This becomes a pretty important play coming for Salt Lake. Got to keep the momentum moving forward. 2nd and 12. Got to make 3rd down easier, and that's not going to help. Another false start for Salt Lake, and they get that's a big problem for Salt Lake the way it's going right now.
Yeah, 2 false start penalties on the drive. Definitely not what you want.
They're going to try to make things a little bit easier. Run play, nothing doing. Chris Allure knocked down in the backfield, and actually that's Hopkins, the backup, who gets taken down 3rd and very long, and they're quickly pushing themselves potentially out of field goal range if they hurry this.
Yeah, absolutely, and someone that we haven't really called a whole lot, Michaela Foraker, getting in there, getting off her block, and getting to the running back. First time we called her name tonight, and that's definitely a strange one there. She's usually getting to the quarterback.
Here we go. 3rd and 19. Looking to throw this. Throws. End zone. Oh, it is What a catch! What a ball!
Wow.
What a grab! It's a touchdown for Salt Lake. What a massive grab! It is Noah Neely in the back of the end zone, giving Salt Lake the lead.
Don't get much better than that, Chris Curtis.
Wow.
I mean, look at that throw from Carter. Pinpoint accuracy and great job to maintain control of that football by Noah Neely, getting his feet in bounds. We'll get a better look at it with the pylon cam, I think, possibly. No, we won't.
No pylon,
we
but
are
they are
going to
going to
get a
take a
review.
look. Yeah, and I think it's a good review. Did he get the second foot down? They said initially the call on the field was, yes, there's one. It looks like two, but that left foot might have been on the white. Oh, it's close. It's real close. Oh, they're going to have a hard time overturning it. If that's what they call on the field, we'll see what they say.
Should be a 29-yard touchdown if they don't overturn it. And it looks like it's going to stand, Curtis.
Yes, it will indeed. Big time catch for Noah Neely. And Salt Lake has the lead now by 4 points as the extra point is plowed through by Victor Ironleg.
Third touchdown for Neely this season. Big time play right there. That was a gutsy drive from Salt Lake. 9 plays, 83 yards, shooting themselves in the foot along the way. But the guy at the helm, Jay Carter, just steadying the ship, moving the drive down the field. Huge pass at the end there for that 29-yard touchdown grab.
Crazy play there. Need 2 feet in to get a touchdown in the UFL, and he did have the second foot drag across the turf before it hit the white. And that is a big time ball from a very good quarterback in Jay Carter, giving Salt Lake the lead and giving LA back the football with a chance to answer. This is returnable from the 1 yard line, gets stuck behind a blocker, broken tackle, and gets taken down at the 27-yard line. They'll give him the 28. And that is where it goes. 1st and 10 for Los Angeles as they bring back this drive.
Yeah, and they're going to have to respond. They went 3 and out on their opening possession. Salt Lake marching down the football field with that gutsy drive we just saw. Got some work to do here at home for the Aztecs.
Single back look for the Aztecs. Handoff to Fowler. Got to get something going downfield. He'll get 5 on this drive. LA finds themselves behind for the first time in a long time this late in a ball game with 6:45 to go in this third quarter. And now a chance for them to make a statement of intent with the way this drive is going to go. That's Fowler again, this time taken down. Good penetration by the defensive line for Salt Lake, and it'll be 3rd and long coming up as they lose 2.
Yeah, great penetration there from the defense. Getting in there. We've seen it all night long.
Yeah.
I mean, Fowler collectively just has not gotten anything going. I think he's got somewhere around 15 yards rushing tonight, and that's well below his average over the course of the season.
That's a statement to what Salt Lake can do in a good rush defense. There is plenty of defensive backs. This is almost like a prevent defense. It's a quarters look from Salt Lake. Throw right side, not going to get the first down. That's to Fowler in the flats. Great defensive coverage from the Hornets, and they're going to have to kick it away. The Aztecs are again. It's essentially 3 and out and give Salt Lake back the football.
Yeah, and you talked about it, Curtis. I mean, the prevent defense almost there, and there really wasn't anywhere to go with the football.
Yeah.
And that's why Marco eventually had to check it down to Fowler and just take his medicine.
That was a bold move by Salt Lake's defense. They could have audible to a run there and maybe gotten close based on the defense, but just didn't happen. Broke through a tackle on the punt return and gets down to the 30-yard line. Salt Lake in a really good spot. They are playing with the lead for the first time tonight. Jay Carter and company, after a successful drive, he's 20 for 23. He was perfect on his last drive.
Yeah, he was absolutely fantastic, electric even. And Salt Lake starting to seize a little bit of the momentum in this game. Can they extend their lead?
Play action. Looking to throw this. Carter, plenty of time. Now it gets thrown away and down the field, a first down. Great throw and catch and wonderful improv there from the Salt Lake offense to get the first down.
And hats off to the offensive line here for Salt Lake, including Mia Pangori and Skippy Curtis, anchoring those defensive linemen down and really giving Jay Carter all the time in the world. Could have made himself a ham sandwich back there. And finally finds Barker along the sidelines.
And yeah, DJ Barker, like I said, the 5-year veteran, he's made some good catches today and all season long. He makes a great play there. 1st and 10 for Carter and company. Throw on the crossing route. That's Adam West, the tight end. He will have a couple of yards, but there's not a lot to that. 2nd and 7.
Tackle by Miguel Morales-Woods, and I think Carter's doing a good job in this second half of seeing what the Aztec defense is doing. He was a little bit caught on his heels, I think, in that opening half, but he's doing a good job making decisions based off of what the defense is giving him.
That is a run forward for Chris Allure, who's had a pretty good day. Still less than 100 yards, but he's got 11 rushes. 3rd and 3 coming up here for Salt Lake.
And now the key is, did the offensive line of Salt Lake shore up the mistakes? Because they put themselves in these situations before and shot themselves in the foot.
High formation, handoff through the middle, got to get to the first down marker, and he will. What a push forward. Hopkins gets the job done and gives Salt Lake a first down.
And that's exactly what you're taught as a running back, is to just keep those legs moving. And obviously bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. I think the tackle on the back end there actually pushed him forward and got him the necessary yardage.
Yeah, very, very close, but I think you're right. That last minute tackle. If you're the tackler there, you really think about trying to pull him back, but forward progress may have given it to him anyway. It's a real interesting situation developing as Salt Lake really putting a drive together as they just get past midfield into plus territory. 1st and 10 for the Hornets. This looks like a rush, and it's a play action. Boot left, throw left side, incomplete. That was nearly intercepted as Carter finds the turf and not a defender's hand. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he was looking for Neely, and Rain Rie was in coverage there. He's had a couple of really good plays here tonight. TFLs batted that football away there.
That's a run forward. Chris Allure, juke left, 1st down and more, down to the 32-yard line. More good rushing from the Salt Lake Hornets.
And we're back to the great blocking up front once again. I mean, again, Allure just doesn't have to do much. There is a huge hole there off that guard's right hip, and he just finds it with ease right up the middle. Huge gain as he's pumping up that average per run.
Gotta be careful if you're LA there. That could have been called a face mask if they're not careful. This will be a handoff to Allure one more time. This time he's taken down at the 33-yard line, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's Michaela Foraker's 2nd TFL on the evening, her 4th tackle overall. Hasn't gotten any sacks tonight. She's the UFL's leading sacker, but she's been doing a great job in the run game, especially here in the second half.
Here comes the Salt Lake Hornets, looking to try to put a 2-possession lead in the books. Handoff again. This one to Allure. He's going to get down to the 29-yard line, make it a 3rd and manageable. It's 3rd and 6.
Salt Lake been doing a good job on 3rd down. Did a great job on that last possession to take the lead. So they still have some magic in them here.
Last play likely of this 3rd quarter. 6 seconds on the play clock. Carter looks, throws a short cross, and he's going to get the 1st down. What a fight. Oh, no, he didn't get it. I thought he got that for sure. It's 4th and inches. Oh, my goodness, what a play defensively. Noah Neely didn't quite have the length to extend out. I thought he had it.
Thought he had it as well, Curtis. Just on first glance, watching it in real time, and Neely, a good job protecting the football, both hands around it, leaning forward. But a bad spot.
And they are going to they were looking to go for it, it looked like, but that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Put your 4s up, 17-13, Salt Lake in front, and they're knocking on the door. It's the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. Now they're going to go for the field goal. Kick is on the way. It is up, and it is through. That was a 44-yard attempt that went up and through from Victor Ironleg, and it gives the Hornets a 7-point lead.
I think it's a good decision there, Curtis, to go ahead and just take the points, especially in a game like this. Yeah. You don't know exactly how many opportunities you're going to get. Yes, it's a 4th and inches, but man, oh man, go ahead and take the, reasonable field goal attempt. Get 3 points on the board, make it a touchdown game.
Just starting the 4th quarter of play. LA needs a touchdown to tie this football game after that field goal went up and through. And we are up and away one more time, as this is in the end zone, touchback there at the 25-yard line. Please like and comment on this video to help the UFL reach more people as we round the back nine of the regular season. The race for the playoffs is about to heat up, and we want everyone to see what we're building. Thanks for your continued support of the inaugural UFL season. Don't forget to subscribe too, people. It's very much appreciated, and if you put the notifications on, you'll get notified whenever we go live. That's something as well. 1st and 10. It is going to be a swift hold. Now throw, incomplete. Great defense downfield, middle of the field, and that is incomplete for 2nd and 10 coming.
Yeah, great play on the back end. And I want to bring in our AI expert, Cameron Irvine, to kind of talk about what was the change of quarter that affected the decision there. Is that what happened?
Yeah, if you notice, as Salt Lake just gets a sack there, Neely, if you notice that they were set up to go for it on 4th and short at the end of the quarter, but then at the start of the 4th quarter, they decided to kick the field goal. That's because there's 4th quarter aggressiveness logic kicking in, and because they're up by 4, and now they're in the 4th quarter, and the time is winding down, they say, okay, well, we'll just take the points. Whereas in the 3rd quarter, they may have felt like we could be a little bit more aggressive because there's more time left in the game. So the time of game actually affecting the code right there.
Nice. Very good. I mean, it was logical, the decision that was made to get the field goal and put the touchdown on the board. There's a flag. First time we've seen it's encroachment. So Salt Lake's line of scrimmage penalties are really killing them as they give 5 more yards to LA.
Well, and Neely got the big sack there, and he was the guilty party on the encroachment. So he gives 5 yards of it right back. Still a 3rd and long here. Good opportunity for Salt Lake to get the Aztecs off the field.
That's a 3rd pre-snap penalty on Salt Lake today. Offense and defense combined. That's going to be a swift throw, and it's incomplete. Double coverage downfield creates it a 4th and long, and I don't think it's late enough in the game to go for this. So I think they'll probably give the ball back to Salt Lake here, no?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And great double coverage there from both Aker and Willis, both unclaimed, by the way, people. So if you want to get in on this vicious Salt Lake defense, you can visit UFL.football and claim your player today. But yeah, definitely a little too early to start going for it, Curtis, especially in a one-possession game.
And they will punt this one away. Both punters have done a real good job flipping the field, and this is no exception here. This is downfield, a broken tackle, and gets taken down at the 29 to the 30. And that is Hopkins on that return. So Salt Lake, objective number 1, kill time. Objective number 2, don't turn the ball over.
And on the reverse here, the Aztecs are going to want to force the turnover, ideally. Yeah. But if you could go ahead and just force the Hornets to go for a field goal attempt here, it's a 2-possession game, but a couple touchdowns will go ahead and get you the lead as we creep deeper and deeper into this final quarter.
LA in a record tie with the San Diego Wildcats in their division, although San Diego does own the tiebreak. That rematch coming later on in the season. Carter will throw left side towards the sideline. That's caught, making it a manageable 3rd and 2 on the other side. And Salt Lake leads their division by half game over Vegas. So that is another one that we're watching. Both these teams very good in their respective divisions. Heavy set look, 3rd and 2. This looks like it might be a run. No, that's Hopkins. Hopkins can't get there. Wow. LA forces the stop, and it'll be a punt upcoming for the Hornets. What a defensive play from LA to get the ball back.
Rain Rie has been an absolute monster for this Aztecs defense. That's his 6th tackle tonight. He's had several TFLs over the course of the evening as well. He's been playing great in the pass and in the run support. Great job there to go ahead and force the punt and get the football back to the Aztecs.
So 4th and 1, it will be a punt to, again, reverse the field, and it's all the way down to the goal line. That'll go to the 20 and no further. Good job flipping it back the other way, in LA with plenty of time and opportunity to get back in this ball game.
And Curtis, I want to bring in our AI expert, Cameron Irvine, once more. You talked about how important this is for both of these teams record-wise. Really, they've been winning a whole lot this season, so there are some consequences behind that. I just wanted to get Cameron's thoughts on that after this.
That's a long ball, and it is gone. Iggy Turner, touchdown.
Well, silly me. I was thinking we were going to have to fill time here, but Iggy Turner finally gets his highlight play. Look at this. Just burns the corner right off the line. Taquavius Locke, usually a surefire corner, matching up one-on-one with these big-time playmakers like Iggy Turner, but Iggy just makes him look silly on that play. An 80-yard bomb in one play, and LA is about an extra point away from tying this game.
How about that to even up the ball game? And that is a Marco Swift bomb to the left. We've seen that on plenty of occasions, getting Iggy Turner involved. Kick is on the way, and it is good. We are deadlocked at 20 apiece, and Salt Lake about to get this ball back.
And Iggy, his longest reception, and this was the gripe that he had with the coaching staff, with his receiver room, he only had a long of 39 yards. He wanted more. He wanted the big play. He more than doubles his longest catch on the season now with that 80-yard bomb right there.
That is perfect timing for him to get that at the most intense moment in this football game, a marquee matchup and a possible preview of the Western Conference Final in the playoffs if things continue the way it's going.
And
So
speaking
Salt
of
Lake
which,
going to get this ball back.
I was going to say, speaking of which, now that we have a lull in the action, let's go ahead and
let's
toss
do
it
that.
over to Cameron Irvine and see what he has to say about both these teams winning so much and how good they are, what consequences are behind that.
Hey, thanks, Iggy, for stealing my thunder. Now I'm an unsubscribe.
Oh, my God.
He finally got his deep ball. Yeah, so what's interesting, somebody in the chat said, why is the backup running for Salt Lake? Well, that's actually their heavy down back who has been struggling tonight compared to Allure. And because Salt Lake is 9-1, they have not had hardly any opportunities to make adjustments to their team this season. Neither has Los Angeles. So you see things like the smokes out to the wide receivers with no blockers, some red zone struggles, maybe some other players getting more playing time than you might see on other teams. It's just simply because these teams have been winning so much, they have not gotten to go through those adjustments. So the winner's going to get another win tonight. The loser's finally going to get a chance to maybe fix some of their weaknesses as we get down to playoff crunch time. 3rd and 4 for Salt Lake now.
Yeah, big third down coming. You're right, Cameron. I mean, maybe a loss in some cases can be a blessing because it gives you a chance to work on some of those things. But both these teams really don't want that loss, too competitive for their own good in some cases. 3rd and 4. Carter backs up, throws. It's a fastball for West. He's got a first down and more down to the 43-yard line, and they move the chains once again.
It's been his bread and butter all night long, Curtis, just crossing over the middle of the field, turning on his speed and beating Scotty Scruggs in coverage. I mean, virtually every time we see this play develop, it's got Scotty Scruggs one-on-one with him, and he just can't keep up with him. Scruggs has had a great game. I believe he's got 8 tackles tonight, but just cannot keep up with Adam West.
Yeah, West has had a very good game as well for Salt Lake. He's been good. He's got 5 catches, I believe, in this game as well. It is going to be Carter in the gun. 2 to the left. That's a handoff for Allure. He's going to move it to the outside, then try to move back in. That did not quite work the way he wanted, and he will lose a couple of yards. 2nd and 11 coming up.
And going back to your previous point, Curtis, both of these teams fighting for their division lives right now. They're wanting to go ahead and remain, like I said at the top of the broadcast, remain secure in their divisions as they get closer and closer to playoff time. So, a loss, while it is beneficial, you get to retool some things. This close to the playoffs, really every win counts, as you know.
Yeah. And a flag coming up. Another Salt Lake. No, this one's on LA. It's an encroachment penalty. They got him this time, and that hurts as that will put 5 yards back on the board, and it is 2nd and 6.
Michaela Foraker was pleading her case on that one like, oh, no, it was Salt Lake. It was Salt Lake. Finally, a dead ball foul on the Aztecs on that one.
Full house pistol for Carter. 2nd and 6, trying to move the chains here. Handoff. Allure can't get through. Another great tackle, getting closer to the first down marker. 3rd and 6 coming up, still manageable for Salt Lake.
Yeah, Scruggs' 7th tackle. That was one off earlier. His 7th tackle tonight on that play. 3rd and 6. This is a big 3rd down here.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. LA trying to get off the field. Carter needs it. Missed it. Can't get it. And that is going to be a 4th down coming. This is not a decision to take lightly. This should be a punt.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many of those type of passes tonight, but Carter just misses his target. He had West open. just overthrew Adam by maybe a couple yards, and that's going to bring out the punting unit, I think.
Well, this is going to be a pretty substantial moment. I mean, like we talked about, Salt Lake has very rarely not been in the driver's seat in games. Now that they're in a tight game, it's time for the clutch gene to come out of these Salt Lake players and these LA players, all told. And the winner of this game is going to be able to show that clutch gene. Carter misses the opportunity right there.
And it seems that Myers, the punter here for Salt Lake, it's that area of the field that he has a hard time with. Both of these teams have had 20-yard punts in that same area of the field. Really weird. I wonder if there's the little Bermuda Triangle over there or something.
2 to the right. Marco Swift. This first down not nearly as eventful as their last first down, and this will be a 7-yard gain on first down on the run.
That's not an 80-yard touchdown, but 7 yards on first down is certainly fine. Keeps you ahead of schedule.
This also looks like it might be a run. This is a nickel look on, 4-3 look on defense for Salt Lake. Marco, right side. That one is caught. What a ball down to the 32-yard line. And another great job for LA getting down the field. It's MMW.
Yeah, Miles Morales-Woods doing a great job there, holding on to the football in traffic. You see Marco go ahead and throw that football a little bit further upfield, almost towards the defensive backs. It does a good job with holding on to the football through the collision there. Great play for the Aztecs.
Miles Morales-Woods with several catches on the day. He's taken the backseat to Iggy Turner's big day, but still effective. 1st and 10 for LA. 6 seconds on the play clock. Backing up, 7-step drop, throw from Swift. That's caught, left side. That is going to be a great ball to the 15-yard line, and it is a 1st and 10 for LA, first of all, but really it puts them in the red zone and really puts them in an opportunity to take the lead back.
Claude Svengros, his first catch of the night, second tight end in this offense, and he works himself free on that one. Great play, great time to come alive for LA as they work closer and closer to the end zone to take the lead.
Would you say he clawed his way to the 15-yard line?
Yeah, I would say that. That's a good one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it. 1st and 10. They're already eating me alive in chat. I can see it already. This will be a throw coming up right side. No, over the middle. That is well overthrown out of the back of the end zone. The first option was not there, so taking a shot, not a problem there for the Aztecs.
A little too much juice, a little too much adrenaline in that arm on that throw.
Handoff through the middle. Not a lot there. Getting it down to the 13-yard line. 3rd and long. Coming up here for LA. They are in position to at least take the lead with 4:07 to go in this 4th quarter. They can extend the drive by getting it down to the 4. Salt Lake looking for a turnover. Big 3rd down. Handoff. Taken down in the backfield. Getting it dropped at the 14, and it's 4th and long. Field goal attempt incoming for McCray to give the Aztecs back the advantage.
Yeah, and this rushing attack has been absolutely stymied tonight. Fowler only has 22 yards on the ground. He's averaging almost 93 over the course of the season. So great job by this Salt Lake defense to really limit the run. As we mentioned, coming in ranked number 2 in rushing defense.
This is McCray. It is a 35-yard attempt. It is up and it is through to give the lead to Los Angeles with just over 3 minutes left in the ball game.
And now it comes down to Salt Lake. We had them, we saw them take control of the 3rd quarter of play, right? It was all Hornets in that 3rd quarter. But LA has responded in a big way here in the 4th. They have owned this 4th quarter. We're going to have to see if the Hornets have a little bit of magic left in them. Chew some clock, work the football down the field, and either take the lead or tie the football game up. Give us a little extra football.
You and I have had a pretty decent number of games that have gone to one possession in our broadcasts. So I really, really like that we have another one here between 2 powerhouse teams in the UFL. Salt Lake is going to work on getting this drive started. They will start the drive at the 25-yard line. It is 1st and 10. Here we go. Jay Carter, Chris Allure and company in the offense for Salt Lake with the game and their fate in this game on their shoulders.
50, plant. So don't say nothing.
From the 25. Carter looks to throw this. Doesn't need to be super complicated with it, but he overthrows his target there to the sideline. It is 2nd and 10. Does one of these teams, either the Salt Lake Hornets, Eric, or the LA Aztecs, have a hero on the field right now?
Yeah, I mean, Allure has been great here tonight, but Jay Carter, you're going to put the football in his hands.
That is a ball that's caught short of the first down marker. Biggest third down of the game. 3rd and 2. You see LA getting ready. Really wonder what LA is going to see here from Salt Lake. They've created a dynamic where they can go either way. Carter's in the gun, has the football, looks back, throws right, caught, first down and more. Juke moved at the 45-yard line to the 46, and they move the chains.
Clutch play by Neely to make that grab and work his way back into the field of play. It looked like he was going towards the sideline, realized that he had an opportunity to get a few more yards, and left 2 defenders nursing their ankles off to that one.
Good Lord. Whoop! A little bit of Chris Berman action. We talked about that yesterday.
Yep, we love a boomer. We love a boomer reference.
Love it. 1st and 10 for Salt Lake, just shy of midfield. No mistakes. And that is the 2-minute warning. 120 seconds left. Ball game still teetering. 23-20 LA. It's the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. Chris Curtis, Eric Vincent, pleased to be with you tonight. Carter on a 1st and 10 to the outside. That one is caught. There is not a lot to that. In fact, I don't think he gained much, if anything. 2nd and 9.
And Adam West making his 6th catch on the evening, but it's not where he's been making his money tonight. He's been working the middle of the field. That's where they need to go here, Curtis.
They went no huddle here. Play action to Allure. Carter, right, left side. That one is caught all the way to the 27-yard line. What a grab from Adam West. 1st and 10, and they're in field goal range.
The brothers West strike again. Alexander West on the catch this time. Another well-placed ball by Jay Carter. He is playing out of his mind, and his receivers are doing work tonight for him, making sure that they maintain possession, getting the feet in bounds without a doubt. It's been great to watch.
In the gun is Carter. He's got a lure to his left. 3 wide. Zone defense for LA. Pressure coming. Blindside sack. What a sack it was. And that will put them in a 2nd and long situation.
Michaela Foraker, and can't keep her down long. Gets her first sack of the evening, 18th on the season.
2nd and 16. They go no huddle. Minute 16 to go. Carter looks in trouble. Got to tuck it and run, bud. No, he's going to throw instead, and it's incomplete. He had some room to run it. He did not do it. 3rd and long coming up.
Man, oh man, he had it. Like that was the play right there. Parrish was matched up with Allure. He was trying to give him a little bit of a running head start, just missed the throw.
3rd and long. It'd be a 50-yard field goal from this spot. Looking to throw. Carter, incomplete. Decision time here for Salt Lake. I think they have to try to tie it.
Got to. Iron Lake perfect on the season, hitting all 20 of his tries. His longest is from 51 yards. This one's going to test his leg strength for sure.
Okay, here we go. This is the chance for a Victor Iron Leg. Left hash. It's a 50-yarder from this exact spot. Snap is good. Hold good. Kick is on the way. And it is good. We are tied.
Leg perfect. 21 of 21 here this season. None bigger than that one right there. Could have easily made it from maybe 55, 56, just given how much oomph he had into that kick.
Yeah.
And now LA, they're going to have an opportunity at the football, Curtis. All 3 timeouts, a little over 60 seconds to work with, probably around that number once they get the return.
Their defense did the job of holding Salt Lake to 3 after getting that long catch to Adam West. Now, LA's offense, which has quick strike capability, can certainly do the job to get this ball game in their favor to end it. McCray's warming up on the sideline in case he's needed. Rush comes out of the end zone. The return is down to the 26, 27-yard line is where they'll give him, and that is where the Aztecs will start this drive. And here comes what may be the man of the hour, Marco Swift, trying to be a team hero again. He's had a couple of games this season, one example against Phoenix earlier in the season where he made the plays necessary to get his team the win. Now is a time when he can come up against a Western Conference power and do the same. Here comes Swift. Looking to throw this, plenty of time. He's going to give it the old heave-ho, deep right side, and it is caught. No, it's incomplete. Oh, he missed it. I thought he got it. He did not. Oh, man, it was dropped at the last second.
I was ready to come unglued if Miles was able to pull this one in. Just could not quite reel it in after contact. And, man, they wanted it right away, didn't they?
They did. They 100% did. That was a big-time throw. Taking a shot on first down, no problem. 2nd and 10. Got to get rid of it. Throw right side. Swift has his target, and it's down at the 42-yard line. 41 is what they'll give him, but it's a first down regardless.
And smart decision, working the sidelines here for the Aztecs. Good throw, smart throw by Marco to find Bizarre past the defense and get them a first down as they work themselves closer to midfield.
Man, oh man. Man, that ball from Marco, that long ball, was right on target. It was hard to believe he can throw it that accurately.
You held your breath a little bit on that one.
Yeah. 1st and 10. Swift is in the gun, backs it up, 5-step drop. Time in the pocket. Offensive line holds well. Pressure now getting there, throwing right side, getting rid of it, throwing it away. Good call. Keep the yardage.
Man, LA was doing absolutely everything to make sure that Marco had time and stayed upright, and it still almost wasn't enough.
2nd and 10. 39 seconds left on the clock. Got to get it into field goal range at least. Throw from Swift. Right side, it's dropped.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. Was that the hit that jarred it loose, or was it just dropped?
No, it was definitely the hit that jarred that one loose. It was a big hit by Devontae Aker that just decleated the receiver.
Nasty hit that was. 3rd and 10. Marco Swift in a tough spot. Going to get rid of this football. Pressure coming, and he's sacked. That's not going to work. They take a timeout, Salt Lake does, and that will preserve a little bit of time as they have to punt this one away.
James Neely getting in there and getting his 2nd sack of the evening. Big time play. 30 seconds frozen on the clock here for the Hornets to work with 2 timeouts and a return coming up here. Certainly an opportunity for Salt Lake to win this thing in regulation.
They do. They have 2 timeouts left as well. This is going to be a punt that goes end over end. Real nice punt all the way down to the 17-yard line. They'll give him the 18. And with 23 seconds left to go in this football game, they can try a long throw if they choose, but they really can't afford a turnover at this point. Even if they go to OT, it is what it is. 1st and 10.
It is looking more and more like we're going to get ourselves some extra football tonight.
Very well could be. I formation. Handoff. Chris Allure gets forward a little bit. Salt Lake calls a timeout as they try to get something there to catch LA off guard. And they'll get it up to about the 30. 24, sorry.
I don't mind the play call there. Go ahead and see what you can get. Alora's had some productivity here on offense running the football. See if you can break one. And sure enough, I mean, he got a good 6 yards there. Call that timeout. That's what you got it for. Now go ahead and run your 2-minute offense and keep that timeout in your back pocket.
Looking to throw this. Carter backs it up. Plenty of time. Throws right side towards the sideline. He does get out of bounds with 14 seconds left, and they get the first down. There is a hush in this crowd as they try to figure out what's going to happen next. 1st and 10 for Salt Lake.
Another clutch catch by Alexander West along the sideline there. 30 of 38 tonight here for Jay Carter. Great night for him.
1st and 10. 14 seconds left. Got to get it out of your hands quick if you want to move downfield. Left side, that one is incomplete. That'll hit the turf harmlessly with 8 seconds to go. And really, you have time for one long throw, and that's about it for Salt Lake.
Yeah, good closing speed by Marion Turner to disrupt that pass, but I agree, 1, maybe 2 plays.
Backing it up, Carter. Time ticking away. He'll have to give it out short and shallow. And with zeros on the clock, that is going to bring us to overtime. OT in LA, 23-all between two Western Conference powers. It's the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. Get a chance to take a look, see who is going to get this ball first. And the Salt Lake Hornets are going to receive the football first in OT.
8th overtime game that we've had this season, Curtis. Our second in the last 3 days. Been some exciting football as we move towards the playoffs.
Yes, indeed. A field goal does not win it. A field goal guarantees that the defense has a possession, and then a touchdown would win it. After 2 field goals, its first score wins. A touchdown for Salt Lake will end this football game. 1st and 10 for the Hornets as they get the ball at the 26-yard line. And here comes Jay Carter back onto the field. Some extra football needed as these teams pledge they'll play 48 minutes, but they need a little bit more tonight.
Watch the safety coming down here. That's Rie. He's had himself a productive night along the line of scrimmage.
2 sacks so far for him. That's going to be an allure run forward. That's not a lot, but it is something. It's a couple yards at most, 2nd and 6.
That was actually David Waller coming down, filling in at safety there for Rie. But they've been running that play a lot here tonight, has LA on defense, and it's caused some disruption here for Salt Lake's offense.
Full house pistol for Carter. Nickel look on defense. Carter looks, throws right side towards the sideline. He's going to find his target incomplete as he's a little bit short on it. It's 3rd and 6, still manageable for Salt Lake. They've converted plenty of 3rd downs tonight from this range. They'll have another one here. LA can get off the field with a stop. Biggest 3rd down of the game so far. Gotta find the clutch gene. Carter looks, throws. That one's caught. 1st down and more as he gets it to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10.
And they did a better job that time covering Adam West over the middle. He's just got soft hands, and he held on to the football through contact with about 3 different Aztecs over the middle there. Great job. Great way to extend the drive.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered as West comes through in a big way, as does Carter.
Rie with another tackle, by the way.
It's a machine out there. Nickel look on defense. More defensive backs. Carter throws, and it's nearly picked off. He still may be running if he makes that catch. Oh, man, it's 2nd and 10.
And it's funny, we've seen Scotty Scruggs be on one-on-one coverage there with Adam West tonight. That time it was CJ Parrish who jumped the route and almost had himself the ball game.
This looks like a run. It is a run, trying to make it happen. 1st down, yes, 1st down and more into plus territory to the 47-yard line for Hopkins. It's a 1st and 10 for Salt Lake.
Great run by Lakeem Hopkins, unclaimed running back number 2 here in this Hornets offense. And he does a nice job with making sure that he bounces it to the outside, keeping both hands on the football, lowering his shoulders to get the extra yardage.
Biggest thing there, and you think they're going to run it to make 3rd down a little bit easier, but Hopkins with great vision there just sees the window, and it takes 2 different Aztecs to bring him down as Turner teams up with Scruggs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Field goal range is your season long at the 42 for their kicker, Iron Leg. 1st down, no, not quite a 1st down, but getting to the field goal marker is going to be Chris Allure to the 43, 2nd and 6.
Man, if he didn't stumble, Curtis, he might be in the end zone at this point.
It's a tight play, bunch right. Plenty of room given by the defenders off these receivers. See if they close it down, handoff. And 1 yard gained, nothing more than that. 3rd and a clutch 5 coming up for Salt Lake. Another chance for LA to get off the field.
And honestly, that was just a good job by Allure to get anything out of that play. He was dead to rights from the start.
In the gun is Carter. LA needs a stop. Press coverage by the defenders. Handoff, not going to happen. Doesn't get the 1st down. Gets it down to the 38-yard line. What's the decision here?
Man, it's tough to say. I mean, you've got Iron Leg, who's been perfect all year long.
Yeah.
Nailed himself a 50-yarder to tie this football game up.
They're going to try
go for it right now. Take the points.
56 yards away. Gotta have it. Left hash, snap good, hold good, kick is up and on the way. It is no good. We remain tied.
Unbelievable that is his first miss of the season. Huge leg, had enough distance, I think. I think he just missed it to the right. He did.
He did. He put a little bit of fade on it, and it did not work. Marco Swift comes out now. He's got a chance to win this football game. LA needs a field goal or more to put this game in the win column.
4 wins, Curtis.
10.
Buckle up.
Here we go. Play action, screenplay, left side. The turn and fire is not going to go very far. Into the 46-yard line. It's no gain.
And that really hasn't been open. I mean, with the exception of maybe the opening drive where Iggy Turner got loose for 16 yards, really hasn't worked out for them tonight.
Handoff through the middle. Fowler's taken down hard. That's not going to work. 3rd and long. Salt Lake can smell having the football back in their offense's hands.
Yeah, Lopez coming down. Jan Lopez making that stop there. Great play by him. 3rd and 8, empty.
Here we go. They need something. Got to get it to the 45-yard line. Swift throws. That is caught. They extend the drive to the 42-yard line in plus territory. It's 1st and 10.
Great throw, great decision there by Marco Swift to go ahead and get it to Fowler, who lined up as a receiver.
Yep.
Got it out quickly, so that way the corner could not close in on it and disrupt the pass. And the sure hands of Fowler extend.
Crowd coming alive in LA. 1st and 10. I formation. Handoff through the middle into field goal range, and he has enough for the first down. Down to the 32-yard line. Salt Lake is in trouble.
They definitely are, and Knowles had a little bit more of a productive night than Fowler tonight. Every time that he's touched the football, it's been a run kind of like that.
No need to be fancy, and they haven't been. This has been LA football at its finest right now on this drive at a clutch time. 1st and 10. Swift, quick and easy throw. Get it to I believe that's the tight end. Either way, first down turns into 2nd down and 4 as they have it well within range at the 26.
Yeah, Bazar just lowered his shoulder and absolutely leveled Willis on that play.
When is enough enough? When do you just send the kicker out? Swift throws right side. It's caught to the 10-yard line, and that is where they have it 1st and nearly goal to go.
Well, I think you answered your own question there, Curtis. You know?
Yeah.
Marco Swift, great job by locating Miles Morales-Woods. He's been making a ton of plays. Really, the whole wide receiving core, top to bottom, have been making great plays for LA tonight.
Is that?
I think he got the toe tap in before his foot touched the sideline.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm thinking they're probably not going to review that. 1st and 10 has to come from the booth anyway. The 10-yard line. LA trying to win this football game. Handoff. Fowler goes next to nowhere, a couple yards, and then there'll be a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and now we're getting to that point. Okay, how much is enough?
Yeah. Single back look. Handoff through the middle, not going to happen. They're just continuing to get as close as they can, and now they have it in the center of the hash marks. This is no more than a short extra point from here for McCray. Still not kicking it. In the gun. Swift looks, throws, got to turn the corner, can't do it. Now they got it to the left hash in a 4th down situation. They gotta do this. This has to be a field goal attempt here, 4th down.
I'm a little bit puzzled that they went ahead and ran a whole possession's worth of plays after that fresh set of downs from the 10.
That could have been disastrous. And now from the left hash, Chris McCray is going to have a chance here to put this game away. 22 yards away. Chip shot field goal for the win. It is up and it is through. And the Los Angeles Aztecs have come from behind to win the game 26-23 and move even closer to the top spot in the Western Conference.
What a drive to get themselves into field goal range. They waited a little bit longer than either of us would have liked, Curtis.
Yep.
But man, oh man, they got themselves the W. They moved to 8-3, and they knocked Salt Lake down a peg to 9-2. And they matched the record of Vegas out there in the Canyon Division.
They do indeed, and don't look now, but LA and Vegas both one game back of Salt Lake in the battle for the top seed in the Western Conference. What a game it was. Eric, break it down. Give your final thoughts.
I mean, the LA passing attack. From the get-go, we saw that Fowler had zero success running the football. Marco Swift took the ball in his hands, put the team on his back, and tossed the rock around like there was no tomorrow. Great job there. Great game from both of these teams. Certainly two of the top teams in the Western Conference, and I would not be surprised to see them both in the conference championship game.
Yeah, this was a major, potentially a preview of what that game could look like as the LA Aztecs come through with the win over Salt Lake in a battle of titans in the Western Conference. 26-23, your final score. For Cameron Irvine, for Eric Vincent, for everybody else at the UFL, this is Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night from Tinseltown. For more information, log on to UFL.football right now and claim your player. Get yourself on a team. Thank you very much. Have a good night. We'll see you on Wednesday.